Sorry about the lack of video last week. I've basically been a little bit sick the last couple of weeks. Nothing major, just a very persistent cold. And then I was very busy with work and I just didn't have the energy to do a video. I did have an idea for last week, which I'm going to do next week. It's about facing the clans for the first time on the tabletop. Anyway, this week, of course, the video has to be about the new Mercenaries Kickstarter. And I'm sure all of your favorite BattleTech YouTubers are already doing videos on the Kickstarter, what's in there and that sort of thing. If you're looking for that sort of video, please have a look at those other videos. This is not going to be that. This is going to be something a little bit different. Instead, this is going to be about why you might not actually want to take part in the Kickstarter. Do not get me wrong. At the time of recording, the Kickstarter has already reached $2 million. That is amazing. And that is solely good for BattleTech. Because that means that BattleTech has a huge group that's supporting it behind it. That is fantastic. It means that you're going to get more content for your favorite game. You're going to get more players, more engagement. You're going to have a lot of fun. That's what this Kickstarter and all of this success means. That's fantastic. No two ways about it. It is a good thing that this Kickstarter is really popping off right now. I'm very excited to see what the final number is going to be. I think it's going to blow the Clan Invasion Kickstarter out of the water. However, when I was looking at the different tiers and pledge stuff and the perks and all that sort of thing, and I was thinking, yeah, I maybe like that. That sounds pretty good. But the more I looked at it, the more I started thinking, do I actually want any of this stuff? I mean, I do want the mechs. I want the new mechs and I want the new vehicles. That's what I do want because I'm interested in playing BattleTech. But do I need the short stories? Do I need the novels? Do I need the medallions? Do I need the posters? Do I need the 4-inch Timberwolf, sorry? Do I need any of that? Or is it just going to be stuff that's going to be in my drawer gathering dust? And that's the question I want you to ask yourself if you're someone who is right now looking at the Kickstarter and thinking, should I take part in this? If you've already taken part in the Kickstarter and you want all the stuff, that's great. You do you. You get everything you want. That's fantastic. But for all of us other people, it's not going to be a huge amount of people. It seems like a lot of people do want to get all the stuff. And I know a lot of people love the lore and stuff. But maybe for some people here, not all of that stuff is that important, right? I'm surely not the only person who's really only interested in the plastic miniatures and just wants to play the game. For us, I don't think most of the swag is going to be of very much importance, or it's just going to be something that you're going to look at once and think neat and put it away. If you're that sort of person, if you know yourself already, because I know I'm the sort of person who does get pretty obsessive about something that I get into. Like BattleTech, for example, I've read a lot of BattleTech stuff, but not the novels. It's mostly been like strategy stuff, tactics stuff, mech history, that sort of thing. Not really the lore as a whole. But I do get into stuff quite obsessively, whatever I do get into at any given time. And I do want to try to limit my hobby and my spending of money in a way that makes sense. Like I don't need to drop hundreds of euros on BattleTech at once. I can also just buy the stuff I actually want one at a time. I'm also one of those people who's not very good with like piles and piles of miniatures. I do have a little bit of a pile of shame here, but it's not unmanageable. It's gonna get worse because I'm gonna get a bunch of 15mm miniatures for other projects here very soon, but I think I'll manage. But getting like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 mechs at once would be impossible for me to get to through. And maybe you're like me. If you're like me, if you find it difficult to paint through a lot of miniatures at the same time, or you build your pile of shame, if you feel like you're not interested enough in the perks, like you think, oh, that would be nice, but are you really going to read or enjoy the thing you're going to get? If you're thinking you might not, you should consider just skipping this Kickstarter. You don't have to take part in it. Catalyst Game Labs does need fans, and BattleTech needs fans because it needs to be a supportive thing so that we can play it and enjoy it and it can grow and stuff, of course. But Catalyst Game Labs isn't going to need very specifically me or you if you're that sort of person, if you're my sort of person. These first hours with the Kickstarter have already shown that. They've already gone through $2 million in just some hours. It's crazy. They're not going to need very specifically your $100. They just don't need it. They'd like to have it, of course, but you can also buy that stuff later. None of the very important stuff, in my opinion, the miniatures themselves, the boxes and stuff, none of that is going to be Kickstarter exclusive, apart from the big Timberwolf. But you're not going to play with the Timberwolf. That's just a display piece, probably, right? So you don't have to take part. You can just skip this Kickstarter, wait a bit. FOMO, dude. Don't let the FOMO get to you. You don't have to have all of this stuff at once or be the first one to get it. You don't have to. If you already have a bunch of miniatures to paint and stuff, just wait. You're going to be able to buy this stuff eventually. Of course, they're going to get those to retail. And it's not like the discounts are amazing either. Like I get what the thing has been, of course, like manufacturing, plastic and stuff, shipping, it's all gone up in the last couple of years after the clan invasion. So I don't have a problem with that, but I don't think the discounts are amazing. Like the Kickstarter is there to support Catalyst Game Labs. So it's not like they have amazing discounts where you're getting like double the amount of mechs for the price of one lance pack or something. That's not what you're getting. It's some dollars, and especially if you live outside of the US, you're probably going to be paying quite a bit for shipping and stuff. So that's something to consider as well. One more time, I'm not trying to hate on this Kickstarter. I'm not trying to hate on you pledging to the Kickstarter, but if you're having doubts, if you're asking yourself, do I want to do this? Do I want all of this stuff? Can I do it financially? You're not obligated to pledge anything. They already have their money. It's over 2 million, probably going to be 3 million, could even hit 4 million, maybe even 5 million. They've already got their money. They're not going to need your money, and you're not going to have to rack your brain about it. You're not going to miss anything. Don't fall into FOMO. Don't fall into impulse buying just because you think you have to get all of this stuff right now for a little bit of a discount and some extra swag that you might not actually want in your apartment or your house. All right? Anyway, that's pretty much the video for this time, such as it is, I guess. I'm not sure if it's a good one, but, just that's something that came to mind as I was looking at the Kickstarter here. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.